Hey everyone, have you ever heard the saying, clothes make the man? Well, that saying's pretty spot on when it comes to being a Christian. Let's look at Matthew chapter 22 and the parable about the wedding feast. And let me just sum it up for us. The king is giving a big wedding feast, and a bunch of people had been notified ahead of time. So he sent his servants out and said, "Hey, come, everything's ready." And they all began to make excuses on why they couldn't come. King gets really ticked, says, "Forget them," tells the servants, "Go out and get everybody you can." And so the servants go out, they grab all the people that they can, and the implication is that because it was so rushed, that it was the king providing the clothes himself, because the king comes in after the wedding hall is full, and he looks over everyone, and he sees this one not in wedding clothes, and he goes, "Friend, how did you come in here without wedding clothes?" And the guy was speechless. Now that's the key part. The guy was speechless. So the king says that, "Nope, sorry, time out. Time up, get him out of here." And why is that important? Well, back in Matthew chapter 7, we hear when the Lord Jesus says these words, "Many will say to me on that day, 'Lord, Lord, did we not do X, Y, and Z?' And Jesus will say, 'Depart from me, I never knew you.'" You see, the thing is, we are all the people, I shouldn't say we all, there are many people who claim to be believers in the Lord Jesus Christ, that they follow him, and they say it with their lips, but it's not their heart. And on that day, that final day when we have to appear before the judgment seat, we're going to be examined. And when the king looks at you, is he going to see you draped with the robe of Christ's righteousness? Or are you going to have to try and explain why it is that you never truly, truly belonged to Christ, and then have to pay for your own sins? You see, friends, it does really matter what you wear. So this is my shout out. I pray that none of you will be examined on that day and asked, "Why aren't you in the proper attire? Why aren't you dressed in wedding clothes to come celebrate the marriage supper of the Lamb?" But I pray that you're all wrapped in the righteousness of Christ, in the most purest white robes. Friends, let this be an exhortation. Let us walk in a manner worthy of the Lord's calling and gospel, and let us run the race firmly, resolutely, with our eyes focused on Christ. Grace and peace, everyone. Good night.